Hi there Aquarius, thank you for joining me for your monthly forecast for March. Your two ruling planets, your traditional ruler of Saturn and your modern ruler of Uranus, are set to be hugely influential this month. Ironically, they're actually forging a really positive angle together for the whole duration of March. Now Uranus has been quite a trying influence for you in some ways over the last 4 years, as it's clashed continuously with tiny Pluto in the most psychological part of your scope. That's going to be continuing this month, but that particular aspect will start to wane as March comes to a close, so that's something to really look forward to. But Uranus can be much more helpful in this angle with Saturn. Now Saturn's in a part of your horoscope that's to do with your future. It's to do with your friendships, the way you connect to people, your ideals. And your ideals are boosted by this combination. And you can find yourself making new alliances in March, but lasting alliances with people who share your vision, your passion and your values. However, Uranus does continue to cause some mischief, but the mischief is, as I say, going to be in its relationship with Pluto. But what you can do is just stay very open to situations, but at the same time resolute about the things you really believe in. But the story of the month begins really on the first day, because on that day there is a quarter moon, and this quarter moon does occur in Sagittarius. The suggestion here is that someone you've got on well with in the past can suddenly seem to have very starkly different values to you. And this could be a little bit of a theme, unfortunately, over the next 6 months. And I think that's why the angle between Uranus and Saturn is so important, because it's reassuring you that new life, new people and new connections are going to come into your world that are so much more valuable to you, because they're going to be right for the person you are now, not the connections that you made some time ago. Because although it may seem other people are changing, it's actually you that's evolving most. But as this new month begins, this does mean that when it comes to business and pleasure, the two may not go particularly well together. Mercury does move out of your sign on the 5th, it's true, but Venus continues there through to the 11th. And when it comes to your personal charisma, that's going to retain a very high level of aura. So if you find yourself chatting to new people at the start of March, they could be fascinated, not just by your ideas, but also your very presence, the way you come across. So have confidence in what makes you individual and different, Aquarius. It's also the case that on the 6th, Mars hustles and bustles its way into Sagittarius too. But this is something to truly celebrate. Mars is going to be in this location for a really extended period this year of 5 months. The first tranche of this goes through to the end of May. And this is going to give you the drive and energy to replace any, if you like, casualties, collateral that occurs in terms of your social activities or connections, by giving you the desire to link with new people who are much more relevant. But it is true to say that by the 9th we have a potent solar eclipse. You've probably heard about this, but solar eclipses don't work individually. They actually work in pairs, and this one's going to be working with the lunar eclipse of the 23rd in Libra. For you, this is very much to do with your self-worth, but also your financial worth and the way you marshal your everyday resources. But also it's to do with your imagination and your desire to be a free spirit. If over the next half year you're pretty reckless with your resources, then I don't think it's going to be good for you. And the link between Uranus and Saturn is asking you to experiment, but experiment in a way that you can afford. So don't take any big gambles. But what is going to happen on the back of this solar eclipse is that it clashes with Saturn and also with Jupiter. Now Jupiter is in the part of your horoscope to do with business and longer term assets and property matters, and they need to be looked after very carefully. But you may find that your values really start to jar with some of the situations that you encounter. It could just be that if you're looking to raise some money for a business, it's not necessarily going to be easy to do. or your expectations can be a little bit unrealistic, try to lower them. Try to keep your feet very much on the ground. On the other hand, it could be more around your social circle, and you could see things very, very differently. And really, although Pluto in its square with Uranus has been such a grind, it has actually been helping you to see who understands that most sensitive and private side of your nature. Yes, you can be hugely gregarious and zany, and people often love that, but it's the other side of your nature that really needs support too. And those are the people that you need to be making a track towards. Now, Venus is going to be moving on the 12th. But just before then, there could be some confusion over your finances. And if anyone does talk to you about the potential to earn some more money, go very carefully. Ironically, once you get through that cluster of days when Mercury and Neptune get together and cause real confusion, once Venus moves into Pisces, your financial picture can really dramatically improve. And you can find that the rest of March can see a real big pickup in your financial picture, which can hugely please you. There's also going to be a change on the 20th when the Sun moves into Aries, followed by Mercury on the 22nd. This is going to see the pace of life pick up. It's going to become quicker, more exciting, more engaging, but then you reach that lunar eclipse, which is opposing the Sun in the sign of Libra. And you're going to get lots of information going back and forwards. Take your time to digest it. Saturn then goes into a retrograde on the 26th. More evidence over the next 5.5 months of some of the changes in terms of your long-term goals, aspirations, and even belief systems. And as I say, your friends and your social situation can be in something of a state of flux. But Mars is going to see you feisty, and if there's some people who are not going to get you, there's other people that will. And as this month draws to a close, there's going to be a marvellous meeting of minds between you and someone who really, really understands where you're coming from. Or you're going to have a brilliant brainwave which could earn you quite a lot of money. It's been a real pleasure being with you. Thank you for joining me. Good luck and goodbye for now.